enigmatic, alluring, elegant. The Rumi Tarot by Nigel Jackson harkens back to the Oriental origins of the tarot, reinvigorating its ancient images in a wonderful Persian miniature style, while illuminating its essence with the wisdom of the Sufi sage Rumi. The Rumi Tarot consists of 78 individually hand-painted images in the ancient egg tempera technique, with an accompanying 300-page book. Following the general pattern of the Rider-Waite Tarot, and having individual scenes for even the minor arcana, the imagery is inspired by the sublime spiritual message of Rumi. Each card has a corresponding quotation from the works of Rumi, as well as further commentary on the spiritual and divinatory meaning of each image and card. The Rumi Tarot is available from the well-known esoteric publisher Llewellyn and from Amazon. Nigel Jackson, the artist and author, is a well-known illustrator specializing in the symbolism of the Western esoteric tradition, as well as being a practicing esotericist. The Rumi Tarot is deeply imbued with the spiritual inspiration of Rumi and the artistic inspiration of its author. Each card is a window into a different species of esoteric wisdom. The beauty of its sublime images allows it to be used for both visionary experience and divination. The symbolism of tarot depicts the initiatory journey of the spirit towards ultimate salvation. And so the poetic mysticism of Rumi and the curious emblems of the traditional tarot, despite their distinctive cultural origins, point to the same truth and mirror the same vertical dimension of spiritual reality. This appreciation of both Rumi's poetic mysticism and the iconology of late medieval tarot as integral expressions of the perennial wisdom forms the basis on which the Rumi Tarot has been conceived and created, inspired also by the historically attested ancestors of playing cards that were used in the Middle East. In this modern age, with its atomized and fragmented outlook and its reductionist worldview dominated by quantitative, mechanistic, and scientific materialism, we've become increasingly cut off from the living sources of that transcendent truth which form the foundation of all traditional civilizations. We have, in effect, become a culture without a true center. Through Rumi's medieval Sufi teachings, we can connect with the higher realm of eternal verities that traditional spirituality reveals, the timeless knowledge of the heart. Rumi opens up the traceless way, effacing the ego and all that overclouds and blocks the awareness of our true being in God. The Sufi polishes away the ingrained illusions and attachments, stripping away everything in self-negation, dissolving the illusion of separateness. Let's look at some individual cards from the Rumi Tarot. The Three of Coins. The central motif of a honeybee is flanked below by two smaller honeybees and a beehive. Above is a honey golden nine-pointed star. Quranic tradition extols the industry of the bee, the preeminent symbol of divinely inspired work as it flies from flower to flower, gathering pollen and nectar, and distills honey within the comb of the beehive. The Sufi dervish, like a bee, gathers the precious honey of Gnostic wisdom and releases this golden essence of secret knowledge to nourish and illuminate the right individuals at the right time and place. This card denotes work on all levels, whether external or interior. For as Rumi says, everyone has been made for some particular work, and a desire for that work has been put into his heart. The Queen of Coins. Seated upon a golden throne, a crowned and elaborately robed sultana is depicted. As if gazing into a mirror, her eyes are fixed on the golden coin she bears in one hand. In the fingers of the other, she holds a violet-petaled blossom. Her green dress is covered with foliate and vegetative patterns. Nine of Cups. The mystical emblem here is of the winged heart, in whose center is the all-seeing eye against the starry heavens and coiling cloud wreaths. The opening of the eye of the heart, Ayn al-Qalb, signifies the inner awakening of the spirit and the unveiling of the light of the inner sun. The consummation of the heart's desire is realized in the moment of selflessness, when the adept passes into communion with the unity, and the world of the unseen is revealed. The image of the winged heart with the eye in its center emblemizes the mystical path of the lover and its ultimate goal, the attainment of the heart's true desire, an altogether appropriate concept for a card traditionally known as the Great Nine and the Wish card. The Fool. The card of the Fool depicts the mythical lover Majnun roaming through the wilderness, accompanied by a leopard, ever seeking his beloved Layla. He is the archetypal Sufi madman, or the god-intoxicated dervish, upon the path of the mystic lover, on the quest for the beloved. He plays upon the reed flute, reminding us of the prologue of Rumi's Mathnavi, the lament of the reed torn from the reed bed, whose haunting song expresses the lovesick soul's yearning to return to God. Our fool is a wandering Sufi mendicant, or a qalandar, of the kind who drifted from shrine to shrine, absorbed in prayer and devotion. This symbol reflects, as in a mirror, the quality of the divine attribute and beautiful name Al-Qudus, the Holy, the Pure One. The Hermit. The wayfarer on the Sufi path is traditionally called a salik, meaning a pilgrim or traveler, and this encapsulates the essential signification of card 9. The image of the hermit is that of a mysterious green-robed sage. He is Khwaja Kheza, the Green One, the renowned patron saint of the Sufis. Some have seen in Khwaja Khazir an echo of the ancient Egyptian god Thoth Hermes, guide and master of secret wisdom, whose sacred stone, the hermetic green stone par excellence, was the emerald. The Moon. In this image, the silvery lunar crescent is depicted surmounted by a great crab, upon which is mounted the Lady of the Moon, with her mirror, arrow, and serpents twined about her crown, arms, and feet, a traditional magical image of the moon drawn from Arabic astrological lore. Below on each side are two tall minaret towers, before which watchful guardian dogs are shown seated. The crab represents the zodiacal sign of Cancer, which the Arab astrologers called Sartan, whose ruler is the moon, and the two hounds are the greater and lesser dog stars within that constellation. A great pool or lake of waters, the watery tides ruled by the moon cycles, is also shown in the landscape of this card. The moon is the celestial mirror of the heavens, and its rulership of water epitomizes the principle of reflected light, the greater reflected in lesser. With each card an exquisite miniature painting, the Rumi Tarot is a wonderful deck for collectors. Following the inspiration of the Rider-Waite Tarot, but with its own imaginative style, makes the Rumi Tarot perfect for divination as well. Finally, the Rumi Tarot provides a window into the timeless spiritual message of the Sufi sage Rumi with 78 magnificent images created by Nigel Jackson.